Land of the... I need water. Land of the Lustrous, Episode 3 had a campaign called Diamond Festival on Twitter with the following 2 hashtags. One was the kanji for Houseki no Kuni, and the other is what I believe says everyone's favorite diamond, where various members of Studio Orange shared their illustrations. Some of the notable ones here is the person that did the cover for the CG World 2018. We also have CG director, the episode director, and B-Stars director. All sorts of people that are part of the production process. And this isn't the only time that there were illustrations, as it is fairly common practice that the days leading up to the first episode's release are filled with some countdown illustrations from the staff. And Houseki no Kuni is no different in this regard, where we have 8 starting 1 week prior to episode releasing. We have sub-character designers, we have the founder, e.g. Inamoto, we have, again, the B-Stars director, Yoko Kuno, who did the ED, the Trigun Stampede director, the main character designer, and obviously the main director, Kyogaku. But we've talked about Kyogaku a lot thus far. I also had a similar call to action with a community post a couple months ago at this point, which I think you can post on it now if you're on mobile. I don't really know how it works, but a variety of submissions of Diamond. Now, I want to preface by saying that I don't really tolerate the sharing of fan art without the original artist's consent, which is why you've never really seen it on this channel thus far. While I love Houseki no Kuni's fandom because it is filled with extraordinary artists that have kept me fed on Twitter for years now, I do not plan to and will not plan to parade their illustrations around for just some views. That being said, if you would like to send me your fan art of Diamond or anything Houseki no Kuni related via social media, and then just, give me permission to share it in future videos, please do so. I would be happy to receive something like that. All of these individuals who participated in this call out have their respective links in the description, and you can join the server that I have and praise them yourself. I also post most of the fan art that I do see on Twitter in a specific channel in the server. I also do retweet it on Twitter, but I don't share manga spoiler fan art as a retweet on Twitter, and even the retweets I do put up get taken down like within a day. So as for the last person who did this call out, you might know this person if you've read the manga in 2024. This is Riza. Let's actually get into the main point of what this title of the video even says. And since I can't read Japanese, I'll let Riza handle that part.
In front of me is the script for the 3rd episode of the Houseki no Kuni anime. The first page credits the production crew, and the second page credits the voice acting cast. The script, called a daihon in Japanese, is separated into 2 parts. The top part is the scene that is happening on the screen, and the second part is the dialogue. What's cool about looking at the script is that there's handwritten notes in the dialogue section that can actually be seen changed in the anime. The dialogue follows the manga very closely, however it's clear that the anime scriptwriter changed the order of a couple lines, added a few extra lines to complete some scenes, and slightly edited the wording of a couple phrases just to fit the vibe, I think, more. The handwritten notes seem to be made by the voice actors during the recording process. This includes edits to the lines, cuts to the lines, and general tone direction of how they want to deliver their lines. In the middle of the script, there's a yellow page that indicates the ad break between the 2 sections of the script. Another interesting thing about the script is that it has all the sound effects marks for the voice actors as well. All that consists of the parts of the script and a summary of the small little things that I found interesting about it. I will be making a more detailed video about this script and anime scripting in general that will be coming soon to my channel. So if that interests you, feel free to follow my channel at Riza Creator, and look forward to more Houseki no Kuni content. Thank you.
These modifications are pretty standard, and throughout the entire production process, because we are changing the material by shifting the medium in which the story is being told. Inside the Japanese Blu-ray Volume 2 that comes with this chibi cinnabar with the original holder card thing for it. I didn't have it with Voss because I had the English dub actor sign it, so had to take it out. I also found out that all of these chibi characters are designed by Chanko. as you can see, there's Bort, Cinnabar, Daya, Fa, and they compiled it into this little art book. 199 is the kanji for Houseki no Kuni. And there we go. Look at that. Super, super cute. So a lot of these will be featured within these Blu-rays. Look at that. And then we have alternate forms of them in action. But yeah, this artist has done stuff for Steins Gate, for part of the Fate series. So, I mean, definitely check him out on Twitter. But anyways, where is it? This is the actual artwork for the Blu-ray. It has two pairings. We have one that we see in this episode, Bort and Daya. I did mention in the first, I think, Natural Historian 1, it was presumed that this artwork was done by the character designer, Asako Nishida. This is still not 100% confirmed, but a little bit more clarity than last time around. The first big change in the baseline that we can see with the little production book is, in fact, that compared to episodes 1 and 2, we have storyboards by Kenji Muto, who's now the director for Trigun Stampede. You can see that this having a pretty big rippling effects compared to Kyogaku's episodes 1 and 2's boardings. Definitely way more action, and the characters, I don't know what the right word to use is. More anime-esque? Moe? It's definitely more boxy and blocky, which again isn't a bad thing, because when we get to the final product, they don't look exactly how they look in the storyboard, specifically, most likely because of the models that are used and the action director and CG director in this case. Even here, just like with the script that Riza just talked about, you can see that the posing, especially with like the moon shot, is completely different in the actual finished product than on the storyboard. We'll definitely talk way more about Muto's style as he does work on later episodes. Sometimes he just does the storyboard, sometimes he does both the storyboard and episode direction. So far, we haven't gotten an episode where the storyboard and the episode director are two different people, but we will definitely get that at some point. Sarah Windenhef, the English voice actor for Foss, was featured in the last Watch Me dub edition on High Dive's channel, YouTube channel, for a scene again in episode 2. But of course, there's actually no differences between the official English subtitles and the English dub. Except for one word, so we can't really make any kind of analysis on that, and I can't make out what that small Word document on the screen is because it's blurry and it's really hard to pick up anything. However, in the Jade dub clip that I mentioned in Natural Historian 2, let me play the audio for you.
But I hope Foss isn't making too much trouble.
I do hope Foss can at least manage.
That's right. For the line, making was actually replaced with causing in the video to the final episode, which is very interesting because making and causing, there isn't that much of a difference when it comes to the wordplay there, so I wonder why they went back to, well, I don't know if it's back to, but matching more of the English translation. In terms of episode 3, more particular when it comes to the differences between the official subtitles or the official English translation by Devin Neal versus the English dub. Cinnabar and Bort are way harsher to Foss in the dub, such as Bort not even using Foss's name and instead of using the replacement that child, which honestly the language fits a little better with how Congo views the gems. And since Bort is the supposed strongest, according to Daya, I guess they take after their sensei in this regard. Although Shinsha definitely knows that it's not actually Foss there. Then again, Foss themselves is pretty brutal in the dub when talking about the snail to get obliterated. So overall, I guess everyone uses stronger vocabulary. When Rutil talks about the animals in general, the word built is replaced with designed, which I guess has the same meaning to some people. Who built the animals or what designed them, if you can catch my drift. And even in like the little flashback scene that Muto in the storyboard itself refers to as bank number 2, the dub actually, surprisingly, retains the same language used when Foss makes their promise to Cinnabar about finding something better than the Night Watch, which almost the exact wording of it, even if the wording has changed from like the manga to the English subtitle to the dubbing, as long as when the scene is referred back to, it uses whatever base that it's using. So like the dub refers back to the original episode 1 dub, the English subtitle refers to the original English, and the manga refers to the other one. That's actually very relevant to the plot of this season, and of the story as a whole. So something to note. Something to note. Again, I want to reiterate that dubbing and translation as a whole is a skill, and localization is very challenging. There is so much lost and gained at the same time when we go from Japanese to English, and this is just a way to highlight those changes, not to antagonize over one product versus the other. And I've been using the words replace when I'm talking about this, but I don't know if it's actually replaced because we don't know the timeline on when the English like sub translation is done versus when the ADR or the English script is written out. I only watched with the language that the series or movie or whatever is originally made in, which may require subs, and that's fine by me because that's my viewing habits. Yours might be different, and I'm only really checking out the dub to catalog it. There were 2 separate giveaways because I took so long to put this video out. So we'll have 2 separate spin the wheels. The first is one of these. There's some custom ones in here somewhere. But yeah, it's from Natural Historian 2, the form that goes with. And it goes to... And then the second is a Chikuma volume. This is the most recent one to date. I do have extra copies of Ichigo has been working on since 2024. That one was for Natural Historian 29, and that goes to... There you go. So please check your emails that you provided in the form to redeem this. Even if the shipping rates have changed considerably since that video, I will still honor the worldwide coverage that I promised, and please see the details of the form for what I'm even talking about. You can, of course, buy any extras that I do have instead of playing this RNG game on my eBay store. The next video that's coming out definitely will not be episode 4 or 5 or any of the anime episodes, as I'll wait to finish those in 2026. However, fill the form out in the description and you can still win one of these. It's totally fine. There will be a different type of giveaway for this next batch of videos, which I believe you will equally like, hopefully. So sorry again for taking so long to put something out. Even this video itself is only the length of about part A instead of a full anime length. So I do apologize, you know, life kind of gets in the way, but I do appreciate each and every one of you. Get me to 10,000 sufferers strong. And I will never ask for a like and subscribe for the rest of my time on YouTube, unless we get kind of close to the 6-figure mark. I doubt it though. Until then,